odds in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the 8th-ranked team of the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Breaks into the open. Past the 20. Touchdown, Sooners! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Johnson looking to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll get rid of it. Working the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And some room to work. Push out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A big pickup on that run.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Fires to the big fella. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's go.
Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage and getting running backs on the ground.
Caught near the sticks. It's Brown. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. Finds his man. It's Bradley. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
The Wildcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's got it on the right. Hard running there. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time.
And the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Back to pass. It's Mateer. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
Making side adjustments here. To the air on second down. That's reeled in. It's Brown. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide, dump it to your playmaker. The running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. This time he doesn't get loose close, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Mateer. Immediately fires to the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Using his feet to buy time. Connection to the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. And the Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Sooners have this offense rolling. They just keep firing. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 3rd down. A strike downfield. Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Got a man. It's Edwards. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. And still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
There he goes. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Wildcats. He got a step and just dusted the field.
This QB just has such a feel. He's so good with these design quarterback runs. He's patient. He allows the holes to develop. He puts his foot in the ground. And in the open field, he's as dangerous as any ball carrier in the country.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wants to throw. It's Mateer. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
And a short gain on this run, and that will bring us to the end of the first. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Turning it on. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in third and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field.
Ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. He wants to change this route. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. It's complete.
And that's what makes this offense so dangerous. They've got playmakers all over the field. Here they are on their own side of the 50, third and long. On any given play, they can take it the distance. They do right there. Not just moving the chains, but setting themselves up now, first and goal.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Touchdown, Kansas State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Paul, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
On back-to-back drives, this offense can't get out of their own way. They fumble again. Man, a lot of times you get fired when you fumble. This is another guy. Like, they're going to have to fire the whole team if they keep this pace going.
Johnson looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Edwards. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Might be changing the route. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Runs through a tackle and runs through another guy. Touchdown, Wildcats! He would not be denied. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Grabbed over the middle. It's Sategna. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Great job by the quarterback there. He saw the safety bite on the run fake. So as the safety comes running downhill, he now knows he has the slant throw to his receiver on the outside.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Pulls it in. It's Barnes. And loses the ball 2nd time today.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Kansas State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the front. He lets one fly deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Going right and going deep. Makes the grab at the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. And the Sooners had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he's out of bounds just short of the goal line, but are they ever in business now?
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting...
The Sneak scores it!
And I'll tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in a quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
He's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they shave a couple more off of this lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Johnson wants to throw it. Buys a little time. Fires downfield. Finds his man. It's Bradley. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Offense gets set for second down. Might be calling a hot route. Pressure coming. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Edwards. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on third down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And they didn't get him lined up in the middle, so he'll have to knock it through from 54 yards out on the left side. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Robinson. And the returner will be brought down. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Burks. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. Looking to throw on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Gonna sling it on second down. Oh, they're after him. He'll try to do it himself. Kept it, and he's past the mark. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Okay, ready? Ready, go.
Wants to throw on first down. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Got him downfield. Touchdown Sooners. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Fielded in the end zone. It's Edwards. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Johnson looking to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. So now it's second and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Spits it out to the back. With the catch, it's Edwards. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. And the Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Makes the grab. It's Edwards. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle 7 on the field.
On 4th down, going to the air. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
They'll immediately call timeout. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half.
Base 27, John. Okay, break.
Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Gonna take a shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Find some fresh air. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go with a direct snap. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Man, let it rip, young fella. I mean, closing in on 450 yards, throwing the ball early and often with a lot of success.
Looking for a physical attack from the guy. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pickup of 5 and a 1st down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to play.
Touchdown, Kansas State! And the pummeling has started. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. no shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Break more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyway.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Moving away from pressure. He throws one to the left. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And that's going to be a tough throw for the quarterback to make, right? He's right-handed, he's rolling to his left, and that throw is going way down the field. So he's not going to be able to get all the velocity he wants. And he didn't have the accuracy either. And that's a bad combination, and that's a big part of why that ball was intercepted.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job on the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Lost the fire on second down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Keeps it himself and gets the first. Breaks into the open. And maybe they've tried to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet.
This has been a real fun.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not.
Tons of room in the middle. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy compete.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 40, the 30. He's at the and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Hey, QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggum receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
Coming out with it, it's Edwards. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Still looking, on the move. Makes the grab, it's Edwards. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
The pass rush has got to do a better job with their lane integrity. You cannot let this particular quarterback with his speed flush out to the right or to the left, because he's absolutely going to kill you. You've got to do a better job collapsing the pocket and forcing him to step up into the teeth of your rush.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Wildcats lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Direct snap. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
I don't need it to be pretty. I just need my inches. Third down in inches. Nice job by getting the first down. Always fall forward, play physical. Don't get east and west. Stay north and south. Nice job by the running back.
Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. Flips it out on the screen. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Wildcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Showing off the arm. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half, and it looks like they
pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit.
Power football with the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
And those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a...
Oh, he's got some space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Running to the left. Past the first down marker and still running. Speeding down the left side. The 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown Sooner.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Quarterback may change this route. Shotgun snap on third down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and in third and short, it's a great place to be for an offense. You got the whole playbook available, and they choose to pass, and the defense did a really good job playing the pass. And fourth down now, it's decision time for you.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on first down. Going for the big play. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Burks. There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting. Had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Grab behind the line. It's Jackson. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Throws to the tight end. Gives him the big stiff arm. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
Skips away from pressure. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make a play. What does he do? He sees some space, captures it, makes the big play with his feet, gets another first down. This guy can do that a lot.
Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Johnson looking to throw. Quarterback adapting. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Finds his big tight end. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. There is no doubt. At this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order from the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Unloads to the right. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to scramble. The throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
He might want another play. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. The short hands. It's Jackson. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Turning it on. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
Man, so nice to have a QB. When you need him, in the moments, can get those big 3rd down conversions with his legs. He does it here. He showed you the real son today, but a nice job late in this football game when you really need it.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Gonna take a shot. Pulls in the deep ball. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Lots of running room.
Yeah, you see receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Shakes off the defender. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Kansas State has it 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew he was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple.
Touchdown, Wildcats! And the stomping has commenced.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved.
Oh, look at this. The kicker's going to run it. He'll run into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and the trickery pays off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understand the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? The offense changing the play. Pulls and fired complete. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one?
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go right back to it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. It's a fake, and the holder's going to try to throw for it. And the pressure gets to him. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
That keeps the score. Kansas State, 87. Oklahoma, 54.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Throwing right. Got his man. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he dropped it. Oh, what a missed opportunity. Nobody around. Just had too much time to think about it. Back to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. That's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. How about this defense slamming the door shut with a fumble recovery, and the offense should be able to run out the clock from here. First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. They'll try the run. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you've got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. You sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one